there's not much I can do, even if I wanted to paint a good image. You can't, because on the other side, how many people do you have? When I'm asleep, they're working.
Oh, completely, which is what I had said with Quilliam. How many people have you converted to your way of thinking in the last 12 months? Probably none. But yet the other side have converted thousands of prisoners, thousands on the streets with dawah stalls. What message would you give to our government? If you say, knowing what you know, you've been at the top of the scholarship of Islam, you've learned from the best, you know the practices they're using to further the goals of Islam, which at times can be problematic. What message would you give to our government in how to limit and deal with the problems that we have?
Two things that I'd like to say to answer your question. One, the people in your government right now are not qualified to lead at all. So from the lowest form of government, which is the Mayor of London, Sadiq Khan, up to Theresa May.
You're not a fan of Sadiq Khan?
No. I wouldn't have him manager of McDonald's, let alone Mayor of London. I'm not joking. I'm honest. I would not have him manager of McDonald's. In fact, the whole world, the whole Arabian Gulf, and I don't want to sound racist, but this is the reality. The Arabian Gulf, to them, London was like paradise on earth. Or you studied in London, you honeymooned in London. When they heard that the mayor of London is not a white British man who knows the values and history of this country and is a man of Pakistani descent, they lost respect for London. Why? Because Pakistanis don't have that position in the Arabian Gulf. If you've been there, you know what the situation is like.
Yeah.
We don't want to sound racist, but this is the reality.
But Pakistan are probably the most problematic Islamic nation in the world.
Exactly, and I haven't heard him criticize or call for the closing of the Pakistani embassy or anything. I haven't heard anything like that from him.
There's terrorism going, yeah.
So I don't believe in Sadiq Khan at all. When it comes to Theresa May, there's a big difference between understanding the Muslim community and having good relationships with them and actually stopping terrorism and extremism within the community. You having good relations with them doesn't mean you have control over the extremist elements within them. Therefore, this is all I have to say when it comes to Theresa May. Perhaps her office might want to employ certain experts, not imams or scholars.
Yeah, that's what they do.
Experts.
After 7/7, our government set up a panel room of approximately 100 Muslim leaders across the country. 80% of those men were what people would refer to as Islamists. Were pushing or blaming everything on foreign policy, not accepting any fault. And that's who they set up as their advisory board. That was after 7/7.
I will not deny
They're in bed with the worst people.
Yeah, I won't deny the fact that, yes, Western interference in the Middle East does cause backlash. But come on, the ideology of ISIS was there before Hillary Clinton funded it.
Yes.
It's not like they made terrorism. It was already there.
Yeah, under different names and different guises.
It already existed from the first Islamic Caliphate up until today. It already existed.
Just getting on to yourself, what have you received? What sort of reaction have you received from the Muslim community and from the non-Muslim community since you've started this very public speaking out? And I would say you're completely putting your life on the line in many circumstances. Yeah, what reception have you received?
Very mixed. From the Muslim, two types of reactions, and from the non-Muslim community, again, another two types. The Muslim community, the regular Muslims that you see every day, some are with me, some are not with me. Those that are with me, they divide into groups. Some would speak out that they are with me, and you'll find them a very small minority on my pages online. And some would say, we're with him, but we don't want to speak out. We'll lose our jobs and so on.
And families.
Yeah, that's the regular Muslims. Then you have the imams. And the Australian government knows. Most Muslim imams visit me in my house, within my city.
Yeah.
They visit me, they invite me, they sit with me, we discuss, we go out together. But when I say come out on Sky News and criticize, they don't want to do that because they're employed under a contract and they have a family to feed. So there is hope because I see what's happening. They are with me, but not publicly. Then we have the non-Muslim community. The non-Muslim community, when they look at me, they say, okay, he's a right wing. There's no such thing as right wing. We're dealing with terrorism.
I agree.
If you criticize ISIS, it doesn't mean you have a political stance. It means you have a humanitarian stance. You're a human being that is against butchering other human beings. So the left attacked me for a very long time, constantly, day after day after day, article after interview, or radio. Every day I was being attacked in Australia. And then they came to
left
realize,
attack you?
Yes.
The left attack you. You're a Muslim imam coming out speaking against terrorism.
The left are the real
left.
bigots, not the right. The left are the real racist bigots. It is them. The left, whenever they see a moderate Muslim or a peaceful Muslim who criticizes the majority of texts, they come and they say, oh no, a Muslim can't be like that. A Muslim is like Anjem Chaudhry. A real Muslim is like these radicals. So this guy must be a fake. Bash him. And what do we do about the radicals? Understand and tolerate them. They are the real bigots who in their minds believe that a real Muslim can't be a moderate. And this is what I've first-hand experienced.
You've experienced that from the left.
I call myself a peaceful man. Oh no, you're criticizing this book that calls for beheading people. So what do you want me to do? I want the Bukhari completely banned from universities. Why should it be used as a source for writing a thesis or whatever?
We have schools across this country that are having these books. Schools, junior schools.
Yes.
Juniors, children's schools, madrasas. Would you stop madrasas?
I stopped going to madrasas from the age of 12.
Would you stop madrasas in our country?
Of course.
You would, of course.
First day.
First day you'd close down madrasas.
I would. Day one. Because, I mean, it's nothing's hidden anymore. There have been spy cameras that have gone inside and
we've seen what they're
everything.
teaching. They're beating children.
There's nothing hidden. And these corruptions, I once upon a time used to teach them. I used to teach them once upon a time. So I know what's being taught as well.
Okay. Fascinating. Fascinating.
My pleasure.
I'll ask you again, when you come back to England, will you visit us again? We'll be in the
Definitely.
process of setting up a new show, and I think the British public would like to hear a lot more.
Definitely, definitely.
Thank you, man. I wish you
God
luck.
bless
I
you.
wish
Thank you very
safety.
much.
Yeah?
Thank you. Thank
Cheers,
you.
man.
Thank you.
I just want to say a personal thank you to every single person who supported me. I couldn't bring you these videos without your support. We have no big funders, no big donators, so this is literally by you, for you. So I want to say a personal thank you, and if anyone else wants to keep up to date with what we're doing, we've got plenty of exciting things coming up now. I've gone independent. You can do so at tommyrobinson.online. Thank you.